What's up everybody, it's Sean here, finally back from my long week vacation at Disney World, and I'm picking up right where I started, reviewing another pair of the Aimé Dore collaboration with New Balance on this 860 V2 in the white colorway. So just like my previous review of the yellow colorway, this shoe was also pre-ordered back in July of 2023. They finally arrived in my hands in late January, and just like the yellow pair, they retailed for the same price of $150 or $220 here in Canada. And while the official colorway for this shoe is white, in real life it's much more of a cream-based sneaker. So like I just mentioned, ALD offered this shoe as a pre-order alongside the yellow colorway, along with an orange, black, and yellow pair. That one I skipped out on. But all three were available and guaranteed if you were willing to give ALD or lend them your money, essentially for half a year, to ensure that you would get your hands on whatever pair that you wanted. So for me, I ordered the yellow pair and this white colorway, and getting them both in hand now, I'm very happy with that decision of pre-ordering them. So while the 860 V2 was originally intended to be a performance running shoe in that 2010s era, nowadays it's used more commonly as an everyday lifestyle sneaker, and that makes sense considering the trend that we're seeing with a wide variety of 2010s era running shoes across all the major brands being worn as lifestyle sneakers these days. So diving right into the details of this shoe, the majority of the upper of the sneaker is constructed out of an open style mesh in this off-white color. Overlaid on both sides of the toe box, we have these shiny synthetic layers with white color detailing, and then surrounding the front toe cap, we have another overlay here which gives you added durability on the front end of the sneaker. Moving downwards, covering the eyelets, we have more of these shiny cream colored synthetic overlays, and then stitched on the mid panel of both sides of the sneaker, we have the New Balance end logo, which is done in this reflective finish in a mix of cream and white. Underneath this portion here right below the end logo, we have this semi-translucent fine layer of mesh, which sits on top of the mesh layer underneath. So in person, this area here looks a bit more pale as opposed to the more cream tones found on the areas that aren't covered by this fine mesh. Moving downwards, we have another shiny synthetic overlay, and we have 860 V2 branding found on the lateral side of the heel. Underneath this, the mesh here is a little bit darker, and we have an internal heel counter, which gives you additional structure around the back end of the sneaker. And then in the middle of the heel, it's kind of hard to see in the pictures, but we have the ALD flower logo, which is pressed on in this shiny white finish. As far as the laces go, so this pair comes with 3 different lace options. The standard lace that they come with is an oval shaped lace, which is extremely flexible and very stretchy. So this is done in a cream color, but the edges of these laces are done in white. And in addition to this, they also come with 2 extra oval laces, one entirely done in cream and one in white. Underneath this, the tongue is covered in that same open style mesh that we saw on the toe box and the sides of the shoe. But then the top of the tongue, this is covered in more of a tightly wound mesh, and it's done in more of a lighter or whiter finish. And pressed onto the very top, we have Aimé Dore branding. The back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is covered in this white colored mesh. And the collar of the shoe is decently padded, it's not overly stuffed, but it's not completely thin either. And then as far as the insoles go, so these come with your typical foam lined insole, nothing too special here. It's covered in a white colored finish on top, and then pressed onto the heel, we have New Balance and ALD co-branding. So the upper of the 860 V2, it sits atop this full length Absorb and Absorb SBS midsole. So the midsole is painted in a mix of white and cream, and this is the exact same tooling that you'd see on the 2002R or the 1906R. And on the lateral heel, here you can find New Balance's energy technology, which are these clear or translucent gel-like pods or pillars, which help with impact protection and shock absorption. And then finally, turning the pair over to the bottom, so we have a completely rubber outsole done in this off-white color. And on the forefoot, you can see we have this diamond-shaped traction pattern, along with these slits to give you added flexibility. And sitting in the middle, right underneath the rubber, here we have New Balance's stability web technology, and basically this is a TPU shank plate, which is there to help with torsional rigidity and midfoot support. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about how these fit, to me, these do fit true to size, but they are a little bit more on the snug side. My foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, meaning when I go to a sneaker store, step on a Brannick device, I'm actually a size 10 in between a D and an E width. So getting these in a size 10, they fit me really well. Again, they are a little bit more on the snug side, but it's not snug enough that I'd personally want to go up half a size. If you do have a wider foot though, or if you're someone that just doesn't really like a snug fitting sneaker, you'd probably be better off going up half a size. To give you guys a point of comparison, I'm also a size 10 in other New Balance silhouettes like the 2002R, 1906R, and a lot of made in UK models like the 991 and the 1500. And in comparison, I usually go down half a size to a 9.5 in made in USA models like the 990 V3, V4, V5, and V6, and the 992 and 993. Moving on to the comfort, so these feel very comfortable to me. It's pretty much like a 2002R or a 1906R, except for the fact that the upper of the sneaker, to me, it fits a bit more sleek and streamlined, whereas those other two models oftentimes feel a little bit more bulky on foot. But the underfoot feeling is pretty much identical. It's a pretty well-balanced sneaker. It's not going to be super soft and marshmallowy, but at the same time, it's not completely stiff either. You have that good balance of softness and comfort with support. And this model, I have to say, because of this mesh that they use, it feels very lightweight and breathable too, which was a nice added bonus. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality was really nothing special. Everything on this shoe is all synthetic materials. It keeps the original flavor of it being a 2010s era performance running shoe, so you're not going to find premium materials like genuine suedes and leathers on this shoe. But I was totally expecting that, given how the majority of 860 V2s are treated by New Balance. And in terms of the build quality and the craftsmanship, for the most part, it was pretty solid. The stitch job was pretty good. There were some glue stains around the midsole area, and certain areas had this bluish hue to it. I don't know if that's just the color of the glue, but it was noticeable. But other than that, it was pretty solid and well put together. So that was my only complaint, the glue stains. And hopefully your pair was pretty free of flaws just like mine. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up for you, and I'll show you guys how these look. While that neon yellow colorway was super bright, super bold, and in your face, and same goes with the orange, black, yellow colorway, which I'm not reviewing. Like I said in my other review, those two colorways are distinct departures from your typical ALD vibe. Whereas this cream colorway, this is much more in line with what I have come to expect from ALD, which can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing depending on how you look at it. For me though, this is a very safe colorway. There's really nothing too special about it, to be honest, other than of course the ALD branding and the flower logo on the heel. But as far as an actual colorway goes, it's safe, which means it's going to be extremely wearable, but there's really nothing innovative and nothing that pushes the boundaries for this specific colorway. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this white or cream colorway of this ALD New Balance 860 V2? How do you rank this colorway compared to the other two? And for anyone watching, did you also pre-order a pair of these? Did you pass on the pre-order but decide to pick these up on the secondary market? Or it's just not your thing and you pass on them altogether? As usual, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8. Check me out on X or Twitter at sean.go spelled out, and visit my website at seango.ca. So thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review and hopefully it helped you in some way. Apologies to those who were waiting for my videos for over a week. Your man was just living it up at Disney World, but I am back. So until next time, thank you for the love and support, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.